Hey everyone, wanted to do an updated Microtech family collection. I've added a few since I think the last video that I did, and then I've gotten a lot of questions on that video that I've answered, but I thought an updated video would just kind of help a little bit. So first off, the one I got that kind of sparked the insanity of the collecting of Microtechs was the UTX85. Good gateway knife, cheap enough to get into an OTF, a quality OTF like a Microtech, and know if it's going to be for you. So if you're really kind of unsure, you like lightweight knives, the UTX85 to me is perfect. Every single Microtech that I've had was beyond sharp. I get the M390 primarily. I tried the 204P. I didn't like it as much, but the M390, I really like what they do with it. And so the UTX85 is a small knife. I have medium, smallish hands, and you still have a little bit of grip left in there. And so I kind of went into it from there. I wanted something a little bit larger and a little bit more full size, and everybody had told me about the Ultratech, and so I got the Ultratech and ended up going with the dagger because they're sexy in the videos and the pictures. They're really gorgeous, and aesthetically, I really do like them. However, a big question that everybody always asks is, do you do single edge or double edge? The answer, of course, is both. However, much more useful and good blade geometry, edge geometry on the single edge. Whether it's the Tonto or whether it's the clip point, as opposed to, it's a really steep grind that it takes on the dagger, and it's just really super thick behind the edge. I mean, again, I think different flavors for different days, they all kind of fit in the collection. I enjoy them all. So I went into the combat troodon because it was the big guy, and I think it was just the natural progression of things. But the combat troodon is essential. I think in any Microtech collection or where you're amassing a few of them, you've got to at least get one of the combat troodons. I think you can stop there. I think one is actually enough. And I'll tell you why. It's because it's a big knife, and it makes it really difficult to carry, actually, the older you get, maybe. I don't know. Again, single edge, I find much more useful for regular cutting tasks. And the size comparison, it is a much larger step up from the Ultratech, for sure. Right. Now, I started amassing from there just a few more of each of the UTX85s and the Ultratechs. And one thing that I think really stands out is the Hellhound blade, which is different than their Tonto. And it's only aesthetics, but they've done a great job, I think, milling this design. And it just gives it attitude and flair. I don't believe it adds any kind of cutting prowess to it. You do get the Marfione logo on there instead of the regular Microtech logo, and it is a hefty step up in price. Everything's been bronzed, is I believe the finish on this one. So, it's got a place in the collection where if I had to, honestly, if I had to keep just one, I would go with the Hellhound Ultratech. Its uniqueness, it's just the look is, I think, unmatched. For more discreet carry, I like to have a black pocket clip, so I picked this one up just mostly for like work carry, so people don't like go, oh my god, what is that? But I really like the DLC that they did on this knife. And I don't have any others to compare it to. This is the only one that I got finished this way. But another Ultratech. Uh, and then I started thinking for the summertime and for the hotter weather, why have one UTX85 when you can have two? So on the picture, I don't know if it comes out more red or more orange. Kind of looks like both, but it is in fact red. And at the time, all they had was dagger, so that's what I ended up going with. No regrets. I like it, and it takes a good spot in the collection for small, very lightweight, capable OTF. Now, lastly, this one I just wanted a plain Jane Ultratech, nothing special. The Ultratech, the Hellhound's beautiful, but I wanted something absolutely plain and nothing fancy at all. And so I just got the single edge, and this is my newest addition right here. Super happy. So why do I go with Microtech? Microtech's the best. In my opinion, they've been doing it for so long and have dialed it in so nicely that you can really trust when you're getting it, that you've got a good company standing behind it. I talked to people at Microtech that I've gotten friendly with. They have a good Instagram presence as well, and they really stand behind what they do. They're very proud of the product that they make. There's other options, I know, but I've always stuck with Microtech, knowing that they're kind of the flagship company. What else? I don't think that there's been many other questions that I would go into. I find that I carry the OTFs more days than not out of the week, probably 5 out of 7 days. I didn't know that I would like automatics. I started getting into them and found they're extremely useful. Where I live, there's no restrictions, so we live in a place called Freedom, and because of that, I see no reason not to carry one. They're truly one-handed manipulation. They're truly safer, I think, than side opening automatics or any other folders. They have a very solid lock inside with a kind of a cam pin system, and I think ultimately in the end there's just nothing past the sound and feeling of a Microtech deploying. You just get that thwack sound that is kind of unmatched. Well, hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I mainly wanted to show the size comparisons. I again think that if you have enough money to get a combat troodon, you should definitely get one. I don't know if I would necessarily get one of the higher end ones with more design, put into it, because it's just such a steep step up that the Ultratech really is taking kind of that spot as with my money, I mean. And then you have the size comparisons between the 85, the Ultratech, and the Combat Troodon. Well, any questions that you guys have, please let me know, and I'll see y'all later. Take care.